Hey guys, Shade here, and Konami just dropped a hell of a bombshell on us the other day. Silent Hill 2 Remake is real, and it's probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I watched it and I cried. I cried, and it was the first time I cried watching a trailer for a game. Now, I really wanted to do an analysis and just kind of give my thoughts a little bit on the trailer. If you do like it, please subscribe, like. If you have anything to say, if you have an opinion, or maybe I got some information wrong, feel free to comment below. I'm all for being corrected. I really don't mind. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the trailer here. So, let's start on that. Okay, so one of the first things we see is a cockroach on some decrepit flooring. I'd like to think this is a little nod to PT, because the cockroach was one of the first things you'd see in that game as well. And I just think it's really nice that Bloober Team made this kind of homage to the canceled Silent Hills game, and now impossible to find PT. So this is something I find really interesting, is that we see James walk into the bathroom, where in the first game we never saw him walk into the bathroom. He was already in the bathroom, so seeing him walk into the bathroom, that little before scene, walking into the bathroom, it's really cool that they did that, and I like that change. And what I like the most about this idea is that we get to see James right before he kind of makes up his mind about this story of his wife being dead for 3 years and this mysterious letter that doesn't exist. You can kind of hear him breathing pretty hard as he enters the bathroom, and as he's washing his hands, you can see afterwards his hands are shaking quite a bit. He's almost trying to kind of cope with what he had just done. And to follow up with that, you can even see him taking a deep breath right before it cuts to the scene of him looking into the mirror. And that's another thing, is like when he looks into the mirror, he does it slowly. He kind of raises his head just a little bit at a time, almost as if he's struggling to look at himself after what he had just done. And it's just another thing that kind of adds to the remake and adds more to the cutscenes, is the kind of small nuances that someone might do if they felt in a certain way, like James does. Another thing to note is that when James washes his hands, I think that's a metaphor for, killing his wife. He's got either metaphorically or actually, he's got blood on his hands now, and he's trying to wash it away. And then he jumps to the idea that his wife died a long time ago. He didn't kill his wife. She was already dead, which again really adds a lot to the character, because he's trying to find a reason. He's trying to find a reason that isn't his fault, because if it's his fault, then he could never forgive himself, which I think is really good foreshadow and storytelling on Bloober Team's part.
He died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
In my restless dreams.
So this scene right here is actually from the original game, where James sees the lion figure in the fog and then follows it to that little underpass area where you actually fight your first enemy, which I think not a lot of people noticed in the trailer, but I think that's what this scene is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the remake's version of stumbling across the lion figure, this mysterious figure in the fog, and then following it to eventually see that it's some grotesque monster.
Silent Hill.
So what's interesting here is that they start to change some of the cutscenes from the original. In the original, I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't remember James picking up a cloth in this scene, and I certainly don't remember it being covered in blood either. I'm not really sure what the significance of this cloth is, or even why he's picking it up to begin with.
I know what you are.
So right here we see two scenes from the trailer. One of them is from the game, the original game. The other one, I don't think was ever shown in the original game. It shows Lara in front of the hospital alone. Now this might be something that they did for the trailer only. This might not even be in the game, but I thought that was interesting to point out right there.
I know why I needed you. But it's all over now.
So right here we see James pulling on the noose, presumably from the noose puzzle, although it looks like they've actually implemented a cutscene here showing James kind of just staring at the noose. And I love this because it shows that Silent Hill is basically mocking him and tormenting him with his own turmoil and thoughts and negative feelings, and it's basically just shoving it in his face mockingly, which I think is a fantastic way to show this kind of behavior from James. All right, let's move on.
I don't need you anymore. I'm ready. Mary?
So we actually end up seeing some of the cutscenes that are towards the end of the original game. We have the lead up of the elevator chase where Maria dies, and then after that it shows him, I think the second to last kind of boss fight where you fight the two pyramid heads, and I think it looks fantastic, and I really hope that the final game can deliver this kind of emotion and raw feeling that you get from James whenever he kind of just loses it. So the final scene that they show in the trailer is, I think, James meeting Maria for the first time. This is slightly different as well, just like with the cutscene inside the apartment. Instead of being on like the boardwalk itself, it looks like it's under a little gazebo this time around, which I think looks absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to see how they evolve this cutscene beyond what it was before. And finally, we get to see Pyramid Head himself. Now, honestly, I think he looks fantastic in this remake. Some people were talking about his gloves being a problem, where he looked a little too skinny, but I think that's perfectly in line with Silent Hill 2's previous artwork and the way that he looked in the original game. So yeah, that's my analysis of the trailer. I know it wasn't really that in depth, but there really wasn't a lot to go off of. There were some interesting pieces of information in the trailer, but overall, I'm just really excited for this game. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I hope that they show a release date soon, because honestly, I don't know if I can wait a year. If it's longer than a year, I might actually have to like rob Sony headquarters or Konami or wherever they're keeping this game. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Please comment. I want to hear your opinions in the comment section, and hopefully I'll make more videos like this. I want to make more videos like this, but I need a good backbone to make videos on, and I want to be able to improve making videos, like make better videos and different kinds of content. So please let me know in the comments what I can improve on and what you would like to see from me, or like what kind of videos you like to watch, because maybe I'll gravitate towards that kind of content. But yeah, if you enjoyed, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.